Are you ready for the King of the Ice? Pete's Power Plays with Philly Pete starts now on 12 Ounce Sports.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Thursday, March 24th, 2022 episode of Pete's Power Plays. I'm your host, the King of the Ice, Philly Pete, and we're live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Thank you all so much for tuning into this Thursday episode. Last show before I hit the weekend break. I hope you all having a phenomenal Thursday afternoon, getting closer to the weekend. And hey, March Madness resumes tonight, Sweet 16, 4 games on tap for this evening, starting off with Gonzaga and Arkansas. And what better way to start cashing out large than sign up with BetUS. Create an account with them today. Use the promo code 12ounce 12OZ, and they'll match your first deposit up to 125%. Once again, BetUS. Create an account, promo code 12ounce. They'll match your first deposit up to 125%. Always remember to gamble responsibly. You have Zingo TV, channel 761. If you don't have it, download it. It's free. Once you do it, it's a free app. Like I said, free app, free creation, whatever you want to do. After all that good stuff, make sure you sign up and you check out channel 761 where today's episode is live on Zingo TV as well. And also YouTube as well. I'm also live there as well. So all across the platforms, I'm live today. I'm going to try and get into a restream at some point in the next, hopefully by next week or the upcoming weeks. I'd like to get restreams so I can interact with you fans out there and see what your best bets are, what games you want me to talk about more often. I'm trying to upgrade a little bit, with this show and get you guys more involved with my show. I'd like to talk to you guys out there, all the fans that like to join in and, talk some hockey, talk some bets, Maybe once the playoffs get rolling, maybe I could stream a playoff game and have you guys engage and interact, during the game, maybe make some live bets together, have a couple beers together as well. But just something fun to think about when the playoffs come for Philly Pete. Amazon.com. Go to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Wide variety of stuff. Support the crew today. And listen, don't forget to check out the 12 Ounce Sports store, where there's a large variety of Pete's Power Plays apparel, hoodies, t-shirts, tanks, sweatshirts, whatever you name it, it's there. Different colors, different sizes to match your needs. And let's rock and roll. So last night, before we get into everything, last night, absolute bloodbath. The last time I was 0-10, or Ofer was back, like I said, in November. I go 0-11, and I lost about 14 or 15 units. I had a couple 2-unit plays here for the clients, and they both lost as well. So 0-10 last night, minus 16.7 units overall. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm a very transparent capper. I've been transparent since day one of capping the NHL about 4 years ago. And I never turned back, because that's how you get the respect. That's how you do it. There's no need to hide your results. Be a man, let loose. Don't be afraid to say that you had an 0-10 night, and I never have, and I never will. So, but hey, life goes on. We bounce back tonight. There's 10 games tonight. Let's recap last night's crap show, and let's start off with the Devils and the Leafs. First period over 1.5. Obviously, I tweeted out Devils over 1.5. That's wrong. It's supposed to be Devils first period. Over 1.5 with the Leafs. That didn't cash out. We had nothing. And that was a very juicy line there, too, that I ended up biting on. But, it is what it is. I expected a high-scoring game. Of course, the goals came later on, but couldn't get there in the first period. It is what it is. We move on there. That was a loser. Avs and Leafs, -1 parlay at +130. I felt very confident with this play as well. You push with the Leafs. But, you gotta hand it to them. I mean, you got to hand it to the Devils. They play pretty solid. And Vancouver, I mean, Yaroslav Halak, got to give him some credit as well. Coming in, Demko won a little bit of a break there. And Halak coming in to save the day for the Canucks. 1 goal for the Colorado Avalanche. This high-scoring Colorado Avalanche team that loves to score 4 goals, 5 goals a game. I tell you, these unders have been trending a lot, and I said that on Tuesday's show that the unders are trending a lot as of late. Especially teams with too high, especially teams with high scoring offenses like Colorado. Toronto has been inconsistent as of late. I know that, but Devils have been scoring at will. I mean, they scored 7 the other night and they only had 2 last night with with a garbage goaltender like Mrazek in that. So I mean, there's nothing you could do. There's nothing you could do about that. So that lost. Avs over 6 lost. Avs first period over 1.5 lost. Ducks money line. This I told you again on the show yesterday. I said this was a very sketchy line. It was minus 125, minus 120. Not much movement on the Anaheim Ducks. A little crazy to me. That's why I was kind of sketched about it. Could the Blackhawks pull it off? If it was more that obvious, I mean, Ducks could have easily been minus 150, minus 160 favors, but they were minus 120. Minus 125. So something a little sketchy, like I said, and it ended up to be the Blackhawks winners last night with a 4-2 victory. Avs puck line minus 1.5, that lost. Penguins first period over 1.5, that lost. Pens continue to struggle in the first period when scoring. Okay, the other night, down 1-0 to the Jackets. Last night, down 1-0 to the Buffalo Sabres. Another team that has the highest that could score at will too just does not tend to show up in the first period, and probably another fade going further in terms of first period overs or just first period puck lines in general for the Pittsburgh Penguins going on. They like to open it up later on in the games, but that was just unfortunate there. Avs team total over 3.5. That was a 2-unit loser for the Clients. Leafs over 6.5 was a 2-unit loser for the Clients as well. And the Avs in regulation, another loser for the Clients. Everyone loses tonight, including Philly Pete, including my clients, including all of Twitter. I have to say this was long overdue. I mean, we've been tearing it apart. Honestly, we've been tearing it apart, going on and on and on, and made a solid comeback. And you can't just stress on it. I'm not stressing this out. Just a shitty night. What can I say? A very shitty night. It was long overdue. 0-10, minus 16.7 units overall. But like I said, at the end of the day, you have your bloodbaths, and you got to be transparent. I'm always transparent, and I always will be. That's what happens. I mean, if you're a true capper, you should be transparent to your fans out there as well. A lot of people do not do that, and I stress about that sometimes. People that don't really recap their losers. I mean, if you're a true capper, you would pretty much roll out an 0-10 night like me. I mean, but it is what it is. I'm keeping my head up here, and like I said, just move on. Simple as that. I'm moving on after this. So 0-10 minus 16.7 units. NHL season 645 wins, 568 losses, and 26 pushes. That gives me a grand total currently now at plus 62.4 units. Like I said, minus 42 units in November. We get those 42 units back. Add on another 62. 104 units since November we've been turning around. I mean, nothing to be disappointed about. I know it was a crap night, but it happens. And it was a really bad reads in what was very favorable. I mean, I loved the matchups last night. We all did. And I think all of Twitter, including myself, got absolutely rocked by the book. So they were long overdue. All right, let's not get too upset here. And, we got 10 games tonight. Let's get back to reality, and I'm going to take a quick 2-minute commercial break, and when I get back, I want to go over all these games tonight. 10 games, a lot to talk about. Transparency 101 as well when I get back from break too, and those that missed out on my first segment, I will kind of repeat how I did last night on the ice. So sit back, relax. This is going to be a fun afternoon of hockey, and I'll be right back in 2.
12-Ounce Sports has a new home for betting. BetUS.com is the official place to place your bets and support 12-Ounce Sports. All you have to do is go to BetUS.com and type in the promo code 120ZE and you'll instantly get a deposit bonus. This is America's favorite sportsbook. And remember, always gamble responsibly.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking that quick 2-minute commercial break with me. This is the Thursday. Sorry, I had a phone call there. This is the Thursday, March 24th, 2022 episode of Pete's Power Plays. I'm your host, the king of the ice and fantasy football guru, Philly Pete, and we're live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy afternoons, busy schedules, and hanging out with me for the next 20 minutes as I discuss 10 NHL games here tonight. I will break down every game, my leans, my bets, my analysis, much more like how I always do on this show here. Get you guys situated with, see what we can like tonight, bounce back for them. Let's do it. Those that are just tuning in now, last night, absolute bloodbath. 0-10, minus 16.7 units overall lost. Hey, like I said, I'm as transparent as it gets. Still up over 60 units on the NHL season as well. It's okay. We're good. We bounced back in form tonight. This show, Pete's Power Plays, is sponsored by BetUS. Create an account with them today. Use that promo code 12ounce and they'll match your first deposit up to 125%. Always remember to gamble responsibly. All right. Like I said, when it comes to transparency, it's good. It's just, that's how you get respect in this, especially on Twitter. There's a lot of cappers out here. Some people don't recap, which I think is bogus, and a lot of people do recap. I know who you guys are. But that's just like, to me, I just feel like that's just, a lot of respect there to those that do take their time out of their day just to recap an 0-10 day or an 0 for a day in general. That's how you get all the respect in the world when it comes to Twitter and just, platforms out there regardless. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to, tweet out your losses. That's part of the game. You can't always be hot. You can't always win. A lot of people expect you to win every damn night, but that's not possible. That is not possible. I hate to say it, but, money doesn't grow on trees or anything like that. But there you go. Just as transparent as it gets. Last night, I'm not afraid to tweet out an 0-10 night. So that's just how it is. But moving on, tonight, 10 games on tap. And let's kick it off right now. The Tampa Bay Lightning at the Boston Bruins, over/under at 5.5. This is a pick 'em right off the bat. You have minus 110 both ways for the Bolts and for the Bruins. 50% of the public money on each side here tonight as we head into Boston. Boston at home is 18-10-2. However, they're 6-24 in their last 30 covering the puck line. Absolutely terrible puck line record for the Bruins. 4-4-2 in their last 10 with the overs. Bolts come in 20-11-1 on the road, 17-16 on the road covering their puck line, and 2-7-1 in the last 10 with the overs. This is an under trend for me, big time. Under 5.5, I'm laying right off the bat. This is an exciting matchup in the playoffs if it were to happen. Two teams that are very good, both offensively and defensively. Goaltending is pretty superior. But, this is what I'm talking about. You have a month to the playoff start. Unders are starting to trend a lot more compared to 65% of the overs that have been hitting all season until the last couple days, maybe close to a week now that we've been seeing unders a lot. But give me the Tampa Bay Lightning here on that small money line at minus 110. I will take the Bolts to go into Boston and get the victory there. And I like the under 5.5. Both of these teams have been trending under as of late. I see a low scoring affair here. I can see a 3-2 Bolts win. Something of that nature, 3-1, 3-2. But I like Tampa Bay here, and I like the under 5.5. That's where I lean there tonight in Boston. All right, a game that could potentially go over. We have the Florida Panthers at the Montreal Canadiens. Over/under here is at 6.5. Florida minus 280 on the money line. Montreal plus 240 on the money line. 75% of the public money going towards Florida here tonight. Montreal 9-18-3 at home this year. 15-16 covering the puck line, and 8-1-1 in the last 10 with the overs. Big time over trenders as of late. Florida 16-8-2 on the road, 16-14 covering the puck line in the last 30 road games, and 4-4-2 in the last 10 with the overs. Now I know they've been 4-4-2 with the overs, but Montreal, the fact that they've been over galore as of late, 8-1-1 in the last 10. They're in Montreal. I like the over 6.5 in this spot. Give me that. I know Montreal is good for at least 2, maybe 3 goals. Florida's offense, we know for a fact, can score at will. So, I don't know, 4-3, 5-3 sort of game, or even 5-2 sort of game. Florida here, but I like the over 6.5 in this spot. I also like the first period over 1.5 goals as well. I'm flirting with that over 2 spot too, if you can get that for plus odds. anywhere in your books. And I mean, Florida Panthers again. This is a game where Florida should win this game. I mean, last night, what did I tell you about the Pittsburgh Buffalo game? Pittsburgh. I had Pittsburgh on the puck line as a show play. Okay, not even close. But I said, don't be surprised if Buffalo outright wins this game at plus 190, and they did, and they covered the puck line, like I mentioned as well. So I mean, these are games where you're going to see some slip ups. You're going to see a dog win, and Buffalo was that team. And like I said, I mentioned it. I absolutely did. So you guys are all pretty much all caught up with all that information. So, but yeah, I mean that's just how it is. That's just how it is. But get back into this game here. Panthers puck line -1.5. I'm all over that here tonight. I am -1.5. They should take care of business against Montreal, and the over 6.5 and first period over 1.5 as well. I just feel like Florida should dominate this game. It's a Thursday night. Okay, Thursday edition could be hot or cold. Couldn't be as bad as last night. I hope not. But like I said, this is a night where it could go either or. And we had our fair share of unders the last couple days here. So maybe this is a good overnight. We'll see. But I'm on the over 6.5 here. First period over 1.5. And I like the Florida Panthers to dominate Montreal tonight. Giving the puck line there -1.5. All right, next up we're going to Carolina. Great game tonight. Dallas Stars at the Carolina Hurricanes. Over under at 5.5. Carolina whopping -200 on the money line. 75% of the public money going that way here. Dallas is +165 as a road dog. Carolina at home is just phenomenal. 24-5-2 on the ice. 15-17 in their last 32. Covering the puck line at home, and 1-8-1 in their last 10 with the overs. Big time under trend here for the Hurricanes as of late. Dallas comes in 14-16 on the road, 13-19 covering the puck line on the road, and 7-3 in their last 10 with the overs. I mean, like I said, Dallas has been scoring. We've been getting their overs as of late, but this game's in Carolina. Carolina's been playing very, very well, and especially their home record. You can't go wrong against Carolina here tonight. That puck line, that money line is way too juicy for me. I like Carolina here in regulation. You'll get a better price. I'm leaning that way too, just because Carolina's just a great team. They're playing really well right now. It's tough to trust Dallas on the road. If this was a home game, I'd probably favor Dallas. But the fact that Carolina's been playing very, very well, can't go wrong with that here. Carolina in regulations -120. Good value there. I like that play here. This could be a tight game as well. I can see a 3-2 game of some sort, but very, very low. I don't know. I just have a low scoring vibe here between these two teams. And like I said, Dallas has been over trending, but Carolina's been under trending, a lot, and I mean a lot. So, but with that being said here, give me the Carolina Hurricanes here on the in regulation -120, and I like the under 5.5. I really do here, just because Carolina's been playing so much. Just defensively, they've been playing incredible, and Dallas comes in, with a hot and cold offense. You're just not sure what they get, especially in Carolina. So give me under 5.5 and Carolina in regulation -120 against Dallas. All right, Detroit Red Wings at the New York Islanders here. Over/unders at 5.5. New York comes in at -210 on the money line. Detroit +190 on the money line. 75% of the public money going towards the Isles here. Isles are 16-12 at home, 16-16 covering the puck line at home, 5-4-1 in the last 10 with the overs. Detroit comes in 9-18-2 on the road, 10-20 covering the puck line on the road, and 6-3-1. Sorry about that. 6-3-1 in their last 10 with the over. This has been over trending as of late between these two. I like the over 5.5 here. I know it's going to be tight, but I think, something about this game here where I think we're going to get some goals. And, Detroit, surprisingly, I just have a feeling about Detroit here. I know the Isles have been playing decent as of late. And, and they haven't. But could this be a game where, a team like Detroit comes into New York and beats the Islanders, especially for that price? I have a feeling, you got to play some dogs here on a Thursday night. And that's where I want to go. I'm going to take Detroit Red Wings here, puck line, +1.5. However, I'm going to take the over 5.5 in the game itself. So Detroit Red Wings +1.5. I know that they have a crap puck line record on the road, but something just gut instinct just has a feeling that Detroit does cover the puck line here. I can see a 4-3 sort of game here, but we'll see what happens. Wings, puck line, +1.5, over 5.5. There you go, Isles, Red Wings, and we move on. Ottawa Senators at the Winnipeg Jets. Over-under here is at 6. Winnipeg minus 250 on the money line. Ottawa plus 210 on the money line. 75% of the public money on the Winnipeg Jets. Jets at home, 17-12-1, 17-14 cover the puck line at home, and 6-3-1 in their last 10 with the overs. Ottawa comes in 10-17-3 on the road, 16-14 covering the puck line in their last 30, and 4-5-1 in their last 10 with the overs. Ottawa is a stingy team. They are a stingy team. That's for sure. But Winnipeg, a team that should take care of business. And I know they've been stifling a little bit. And you know what? I'm going to take the Winnipeg Jets here. This could be a game where head Cal, I mentioned the Penguins Sabres last night. I was on the Penguins, but don't be surprised if the Sabres win this game. That's what happened. I have the same vibes with this game. I like Winnipeg to cover the puck line and or in regulation to win. But again, don't be surprised if Ottawa comes into Winnipeg and beats this team straight up. That's how I'm feeling. But I'm going to ride the wave. I'm going to be on Winnipeg here. I like them in regulation and puck line. I like the over 6. Okay, don't get me wrong. The trend is on the over lately in Winnipeg for sure. Ottawa could score too. First period over 1.5 I like as well in this game too. So stay tuned to that. But I do like the overs in this game and Winnipeg to cover the spread here at minus 1.5. So there you go. Winnipeg, Ottawa, and we move on. We got 5 games left. Philadelphia Flyers at the St. Louis Blues. Over-under is at 6. Blues minus 235 on the money line. A lot of high favors here tonight when you think about it. A lot of them over the 200 mark, which is kind of scary for a Thursday night, knowing how crazy Thursday nights are. A lot of heavy favors tonight when you think about this card here tonight. So just beware when you make your wagers tonight, not to overkill. And but Flyers are at plus 205 on the money line. Over/unders at 6. Blues are 27-3 at home, 19-12 covering the puck line in their last 31, and 6-4 in their last 10. Flyers come in on the road 17-4 on the road, 13-16 covering the puck line, and 6-4 in their last 10 with the overs as well. 80% of the public money on the Blues. I'm on the Blues here tonight as well. I like the team total over 3.5 for the Blues. I think they should get at least 4 here tonight. Flyers are in no shape or any way or shape or form of anything to be winning anymore. Tank for the rest of the season, get a good draft pick. But I like the Blues here. I believe they should cover the puck line minus 1.5. The team total over 3.5. Good play there as well. And if I want to go team total over 3.5, I want to take the full game over 6. Flyers are good for at least 2 goals. Hey, listen, if we can get Blues to get 4 or 5 on their own, it's a happy day. It's a happy card right there for that game. And the overs trend. The overs trending in between these two teams. So give me the over 6. Give me the Blues team total over 3.5. And Blues to cover the puck line minus 1.5 as they take on the Flyers there tonight. All right. Back-to-back and upset alert. Vancouver Canucks going into Minnesota. Over-under here is at 6. Wild minus 210 on the money line. Vancouver plus 175 on the money line. 70% of the public money on the Wild. Wild 20-7 at home this year. 16-12 covering the puck line in their last 28. And 6-3-1 in the last 10 with the overs. Vancouver, whether you get Demcode, whether you get Halaked. Last time we got Halaked. I hope we don't see that again tonight because I'm all over the Wild. But stats, 17-13-1 for the Vancouver Canucks on the road. 20-13 on the road, covering the puck line in their last 33 road games. Pretty impressive. And 6-4 in their last 10 with the overs. Just the way that Canucks have been scoring, and I don't see them giving up only 1 goal. Minnesota's offense is pretty darn good. Okay, I think Minnesota will score quite a few goals here tonight. All right, and Vancouver, should be good for a couple themselves. Over 6. I like the first period over 1.5 here as well. And I'm going to go with the Wild. Vancouver on a back-to-back, a great win. Don't get me wrong, just no pun intended, no disrespect to the Canucks. They're playing extremely well as of late. New coach and everything. They're playing very well, very defense. I appreciate what they've been doing for Vancouver, for the franchise that they are. Okay, but going into Minnesota, hostile environment, back-to-back, give me the Wild here. Wild puck line minus 1.5. I like the Wild in regulation as well. I'm all over the Wild. Team total over 3.5 as well. Full game over 6 and first period over. Okay, probably the most props, side bets in general that I have in this game. So I'm all over the Wild here tonight, and over first period and over 6. So there you go. I just can't see Vancouver doing this again after what they did to Colorado. They got their nut, okay. All right, they splurged a little bit, and what can I say? I think Minnesota is due. I think we have a little letdown from Vancouver after what happened last night. So just hoping for the best here. And Spencer Knight for Panthers here tonight. So that's a definite for me, over 6.5 for me as well. Spencer Knight confirmed for the Florida Panthers tonight, over 6.5, and first period over 1.5 against Montreal there tonight. So there you go. All right, 4 minutes left now. 3 games left. A rapid fire Philly Pete. Let's go. San Jose Sharks at the Edmonton Oilers. Over-under at 6. Edmonton minus 240 on the money line. Sharks plus 200. 75% of the public money on Edmonton. Again, all these games for the most part, consensus-wise, over 70% of the public money. Okay, and a lot of minus 200s or more. A lot of heavy favors, like I said tonight. So be careful when you make these bets. Edmonton 19-12 at home, 13-18 covering the puck line at home. Not great. 7-3 in their last 10 with the overs. San Jose comes in 13-13-3 on the road. 19-11 covering the puck line on the road. Very impressive. And 4-5-1 in their last 10 with the overs. I would love to see an over. I lean an over in this game. I do. I'm going to go with the over 6 in this game, Edmonton and San Jose, just because of the offense of Edmonton. San Jose could score, especially if Mike Smith is in net tonight. But I just have a feeling, like I said, I want to be on the over 6. Don't be surprised if this is an under, okay? Just don't be surprised. I'm telling you in advance. But I will be on the over 6 in this spot here, and the first period over as well. But San Jose, could this be a game that Edmonton slips up on? It's possible. It's a Thursday night. Dogs galore. Maybe had a dog last night. Do we see more tonight and more unders? That's the question here. But San Jose has been very impressive covering the puck line, okay? Plus 200, but give me that puck line for San Jose at plus 1.5. I'm feeling it. I have a good feeling about it. Plus 1.5 for San Jose Sharks to cover it. 19-11 on the road. Great numbers. And Edmonton really hasn't been covering that puck line at all at home. So I'll take the trend there with San Jose, and I will take the over 6 there and first period over in Edmonton because Edmonton. You have to imagine that they score quite a few tonight, and the Sharks are pesky. They're a pesky team. They will score too. All right, Nashville and Vegas. This is as close as it gets. Over-unders at 6. Nashville, a small favor, minus 115 on the money line. Vegas, minus 105. This is a pick'em. Both money on each side, public-wise. Two teams that, kind of been slumping as of late. Nashville got destroyed by the Kings. Vegas scoreless in their last 2 games. Does it happen again? I told you all that I'm fading the Vegas Knights. This will probably not make my cards at all for my clients or for Twitter, but Vegas is 18-13-2 at home, 12-22 covering the puck line, 5-5 in their last 10 with the overs. Nashville 18-12-2 on the road, 22-12 on the road, and 7-3 in their last 10. I'm fading Vegas. I think they score goals tonight for once. So I will be on the over 6, but I like Nashville here tonight, minus 115. I just can't trust Vegas right now. Just very inconsistent, very bad. I believe they score at least a goal tonight to stop that, that little negativity the last 2 nights that they've had, 2 games. But I'm on Nashville, and I'm on the over 6, short and sweet. And then Chicago and LA, over-runners at 6. LA minus 200 on the money line. LA is getting 70% of the public money. Really good record, 17-13-2 at home, 18-15 covering the puck line, 4-6 in their last 10. Chicago 12-16 on the road, 20-12 covering the puck line, very good. 7-2-1 in their last 10, including last night. Well, the over last night pushed. But I'm going LA minus 1.5 at plus 135. I like LA minus 1 at minus 125. I think LA kicks butt. They dominate. Chicago on a back-to-back. Can't go wrong there. And the under. I like the under 6 in this spot. So LA Kings minus 1.5, minus 1. LA Minnesota moneyline parlay plus 125. I'm very confident in that one. Kings Wild moneyline parlay plus 125. I will probably be on that for the Twitter and under 6. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out of time. Have a wonderful weekend. Let's bounce back and have a great weekend. Enjoy the March Madness games tonight, hockey games tonight. Let's rock and roll. Let's get that money. And I'll talk to you guys on Tuesday. Take care. Bye.